Hello, everyone.
Oh, I didn't even see you there.
It is Sid and V.
With Judicious Mockery.
And we are back with some more
Master Detective Archives Rain Code.
When we last left off, for some reason I really thought you were gonna jump in there, and it freaked me out preemptively.
Good.
When we last left off, we went through the first half of the final chapter of the game. Chapter 5. We made our way through the abandoned district.
Terrifying.
In Kanai Ward. And we were running around with Kurumi and finding the dead bodies of our friends.
All of our friends died.
We learned that there are zombies.
Terrifying.
And people in the meat buns.
Oh.
And what else? There was a lot of mysteries that came up. We're definitely it hasn't been too long since we last recorded, but it's been like maybe a couple weeks. So we're definitely going to go ahead and
really walk through
all that evidence and have Sid formulate her final theories,
if I can,
for the game.
She's gonna try to.
She's gonna try, folks. But yeah, all right. I think let's go ahead and jump into it. Yeah. And obviously we're starting with the mystery labyrinth here.
Yes. I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
I'm
Why?
nervous. I don't know. Our chained boy.
Our boy.
Our beautiful boy.
This is the last time we'll see him waking up in the mystery labyrinth like this.
Ow! Why did you let go halfway through?
It's for good luck. You can't just start breaking tradition, you know.
Oh no. Yeah, because we had the whole cute moment where they held hands and jumped into the portal together.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
Best couple.
Best couple.
Gotten used to this feeling.
There are a lot of people that ship them, which is probably not surprising.
Yeah, I believe it.
In the beginning, you were so terrified of the mystery labyrinth.
Maybe that means I've grown as a detective.
It means I've been a phenomenal mentor.
Okay.
True.
But this mystery labyrinth seems different from the previous ones.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I figured. We'll finally uncover Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. Just up ahead. No matter what the truth may be, I will expose it.
That's his whole thing.
It's exposing the truth no matter the cost is kind of Yuma's whole vibe.
His whole... Whoa, what's the word I'm looking for? Mantra? That'll do.
His whole,
like his mission statement.
come back to me.
Yeah.
Whatever the mystery may be, I'll never turn my eyes away.
His whole
That's
shtick.
my mission as a detective.
That's his mission.
His whole mission.
Can I count on your support again, Shinigami?
Still relying on others after all this time.
Oh.
Master, are you ready to give your life for
We
the
know what's
truth?
happening.
Yes, I am.
Kiss.
Even better than kiss. It's Vor. The shoes.
I need those shoes.
They're great boots. I love them. Kiss.
He does still look a little spooked.
He looks very spooked every time. He's a spooked boy. Eternally.
Like, you should be used to this by now, my guy.
I know.
Vor.
Well, reverse Vor.
Reverse Vor.
Technically.
The result of Vor.
Here's the solution.
The outcome of Vor. Good, thank you.
Thank you.
The last time she's going to vomit out keys.
Key vomit.
Last key. That's what I'm going to miss the most.
Oh, you've never thanked me for this before. I considered just handing it over normally, but I'm glad I kept it this way instead.
You can do it normally.
This is a choice.
You've made a choice to
A
keep
character decision.
Anyway, let's go. Let's
It was important to you that the keys be delivered in this way.
Here we go. All right. Solution key review.
Let's go through the solution keys. We got to see what we're dealing with.
Let me remember.
Remember the
oh,
nope.
Well, that's not. What? Okay.
Yeah, you got
it. Got it in one. Okay. Restricted area. In Kanai Ward, corpses rot easily due to the humidity from the rain, so bodies are retrieved quickly. Corpses are loaded onto trucks and transported to the restricted area for disposal. The process is managed by a department with a handful of people working directly for Amaterasu's CEO. However, they are only involved in transportation and aren't aware of what happens afterwards. How the bodies are buried and who buries them is a mystery. However, it is easy to see that there are zombies wandering around the restricted area.
It is indeed easy to see that.
It is easy to see. While they do not smell like corpses, Shinigami says they do not appear to be alive either. Okay. I don't really know what that's going to go to. That's kind of just an overview of the whole situation.
It is kind of just an overview of the situation. It is kind of weird that this is a really stupid point, but it says Shinigami says that they don't appear to be alive. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that she would, instead of being able to tell like whether they appear to be alive, she would more specifically be able to tell like whether they appear dead?
Sure. And they do. All right.
They do indeed.
Homunculus nutrition source. The letter attached to the arrow reads, "Warning. Homunculi are predisposed to eating human flesh in order to maintain the artificial organic synthesis in their cells. Currently, there are no alternate sources of nutrition, and they grow sick if they do not consume human flesh. Particularly malnourished specimens will attack any human on sight, so please do your best to be careful." From the Amaterasu Homunculus Research Department. Again, kind of an overview. We know that they eat
We know that the homunculi need to eat the peeps.
The peeps. Reaction to sound. Homunculi who have lost all reason seem to be attracted to sound. Okay. Unmanned factory. A factory operating in the restricted area of Kanai Ward where no one should be. Okay. Homunculus research. Desuhiko's report says the following. Kanai Ward's history. Kanai Ward was just another remote city in the country. Its development began once Amaterasu headquartered there. 10 years ago, Amaterasu Corporation started their research on homunculi. Top secret research kept from society, which Amaterasu loves for sure. And their client is UG, who spent a ton of money to keep the research secure.
Right.
The only thing known about homunculus research is that human beings are created from human cells. DNA is extracted from a human that will serve as a base, which is then used to cultivate human cells. Unlike clones, they don't need to be grown from fetuses, and genetic data from the time of collection is replicated. It's an artificial human whose age, sex, and appearance have been perfectly copied. So, zombies.
Zombies, indeed.
2 research facilities. Halara's report says the following. Regarding the 2 research facilities, the unified government has heavily invested in Amaterasu Corporation's homunculus research. However, it appears there was another research facility of the same scale directly controlled by the UG. They had 2 research facilities compete with one another in an attempt to further promote development. Naturally, the 2 facilities became rivals. Competition grew fierce. Soon they were resorting to any means necessary.
Any means?
And this is researching just homunculi, yeah.
Yeah, this is all about the homunculi.
Amaterasu Corporation began conducting human experiments, but this did not lead to results. Meanwhile, the unified government's research facility gathered DNA through extra-legal methods. They extracted DNA from particularly superior specimens and used those samples as the core for cells. So seemingly, the successful homunculus research was headed by the UG, not Amaterasu.
What do you mean by that?
Well, so they each had their own...
Right, they each had their own facilities.
But it seems like the UG was more successful, at least at the beginning.
Because it says that the UG's research facility gathered DNA through extra-legal methods.
Yes.
Right, okay, got it.
The Blank Week Mystery. The Blank Week Mystery incident. It is a taboo subject within Kanai Ward. Because no one remembers anything, what happened during that week is unknown. Everyone woke up one morning to find the entire city devastated as if a tornado had swept through. Not only were the outdoors destroyed, but the insides of homes too. The date in Kanai Ward had moved forward by a week. To the residents, it felt like they had been asleep for that long. When they first woke up, the residents of Kanai Ward did not notice that time had passed. The only reason the gap was discovered was because of the businesses with dealings outside the city. The isolation of Kanai Ward began soon after. It became impossible to carry out a detailed investigation of what had happened, and with time, that week was forgotten. Had all the clocks in Kanai Ward malfunctioned? Did someone drug them all? Or perhaps the internal clocks of all residents were messed up, causing them to fall asleep for a whole week. There were plenty of rumors at the time, but no one knows the truth. What is certain is Gurumi's grandfather went missing during the blank week, and the unending reign began soon after.
So that's one of the big things that we have to kind of get to the bottom of. What's going on with this blank week mystery?
I have to think that it has something to do with the fact that time... Well, I guess, but that's for the whole world, right? That time is determined by...
By Fubuki, yes.
Fubuki.
Or Fubuki's family.
Fubuki,
yeah. That is... Their family... defines the time for the world. That's correct.
So I could see it having something to do with that, but not necessarily, because this seems to be a very regional problem within Kanai Ward.
Right.
Let me go through the solution keys, because I don't have an answer off the top of my head of why that would happen.
Okay.
5 years ago, Yomi's rise. Yomi used Dr. Huesca to start trading with outside military organizations. Thanks to this, Amaterasu Corporation became more and more successful, and Yomi gained much more influence. Can you remind me how he used Dr. Huesca?
So Yomi was you remember how Dr. Huesca had the person, like, anonymous that they were emailing?
Yes.
That was Yomi.
Yes.
So Dr. Huesca basically passed off confidential information to Yomi, and then Yomi sold it off.
And we don't know what that confidential information is. That was sold.
I think we know that. I don't know if we know overall. I think we know that at least some of it had to do with some of the homunculi stuff.
That makes sense.
Because we know Dr. Huesca was working on the homunculus project.
Okay. Cancellation of homunculus research. Makoto arrived in Kanai Ward shortly after the blank week mystery and ordered the cancellation of the homunculus research. And is that with both organizations that was conducting it? Both research facilities? Presumably, right. It would just be all research within Kanai Ward?
I think so. To be honest, they kind of blur the two research facilities together a little bit, I think. But I think with like Makoto and canceling the research, I think that is referring to all homunculi research.
Do we remember when the blank week of blank week mystery fame happened? Because I know 10 years ago, we kind of had a timeline sketched out at one point.
We did.
10 years ago, the research started with the two organizations. Then there was the blank week mystery. Then shortly after the blank week mystery, Makoto comes in and cancels the research.
I believe the timeline that we had sketched out was the research began 10 years ago. But remember that it was kind of like, it seemed like maybe it was like slow going and there wasn't much development for a while. Because then we saw that video with Dr. Huesca where he basically said, like, we launched the project last night and things are going to shit. And then it showed Dr. Huesca getting like attacked and potentially killed by some homunculi, which is weird because we then met him recently.
Interacted with him, right.
So I believe the timeline we had sketched out was 10 years ago, research starts in some capacity. Then, do they say with the blank week?
No, they don't say when it was. That's why I was checking for.
I think it was, for some reason I'm thinking like 2 years ago or something like that. But whenever that was, I think if I remember correctly, we had it sketched out that it was sometime shortly before the blank week mystery was that video with Dr. Huesca where he said, we started the project last night, things are going horribly. Then blank week mystery, then Makoto comes in.
And Yomi's rise was 5 years ago.
Correct.
Okay. Homunculus characteristics. Vivia's report says the following. Regarding homunculus characteristics, homunculi do not die. Rather, even if they die, they come back to life. The unified government sought out and began research for military applications of homunculi. Their desire was to create an immortal army. Homunculi look identical to humans. You cannot tell them apart from one another in everyday life. They can become injured and ill. Some are handicapped, some are blind. But once they die, everything is repaired upon revival. Death acts as the switch for rebuilding their cells. It only takes one day. They are immortal and even have eternal youth. Their cells may grow, but they never deteriorate. They stop aging once their bodies stop growing. Those who have already stopped growing maintain that state. There are many unknowns regarding homunculus memory, but they seem to inherit those of their originals. The memories at the time of DNA extraction are carried over and completely reconstructed in the brain's memory field. There's only one way to tell a homunculus and a human apart: blood. Homunculi have special characteristics to their blood. So seemingly, the Dr. Huesca we interacted with very well may be a homunculus if he actually did die shortly after that video, because there would be no way to tell him apart other than testing his blood.
Other than blood,
Right.
Yeah.
Project Homunculus. In order to silence the pesky unified government and complete the homunculus experiments, Dr. Huesca purchased the entire village near the lab and made it a restricted area to conduct the work in secret. And so 3 years ago, the fateful Project Homunculus began.
Okay, so 3 years ago?
So 10 years ago, they start the research. It's slow going. 5 years ago, Yomi's rise. 3 years ago, they launched the project. Blank Week Mystery happened shortly after that. Shortly after the Blank Week Mystery,
Makoto
comes in and
shuts
it down.
Yeah.
But seemingly, it's still operated in this restricted area in some capacity.
Potentially.
Homunculus test site. The homunculus test site was located inside the restricted area. We know
there we
this.
go.
Makoto Kagutsuchi. Makoto Kagutsuchi was the one who saved Kanai Ward from the unified government's plot. So this is Amaterasu.
What do you mean?
This is run by Amaterasu, not the UG.
Yes, correct. Dr. Huesca was
An Amaterasu
was
employee.
for Amaterasu.
The one who saved Kanai Ward from the UG's plot. Makoto appeared in Kanai Ward from nowhere and volunteered to negotiate with the UG, saying he had a special connection to them. Upon arriving at the negotiations table, he immediately announced that Kanai Ward would be isolated. The UG agreed, and negotiations concluded with both sides accepting a non-intervention condition. As promised, Makoto was given the CEO position of Amaterasu Corporation, and the first thing he did was stop the homunculus research. The former CEO of Amaterasu stated Makoto loves Kanai Ward and its residents. Okay.
Stuff about Makoto.
Yeah.
Totes Makotes.
Yeah. I wonder where the special connection is to the UG.
That is a good question.
So... Former CEO of Amaterasu Corporation, who was usurped by Makoto.
Correct.
A former CEO of Amaterasu Corporation was in the restricted area. He conceded his position as CEO to Makoto. I feel like there was more that we learned from that conversation. No?
We learned a lot of the previous stuff. He's the one that told us about the whole negotiation. He basically said that, like, he was like, Amaterasu screwed because of all the shit that was going down with Project Homunculus. And Makoto swept in and was like, hey, if I fix it, can I be CEO? And this guy was like, I mean, I don't have a choice, so I guess, sure, if you somehow manage to magically solve this, you can be CEO. And then Makoto went to the table and came back like 5 minutes later and was like, it's fixed.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay,
right.
I guess you're CEO now.
Yep. Information on Kanai Ward's past. It is a fact. The unified government once planned to occupy Kanai Ward. They might have been trying to steal the rights to Amaterasu Corporation.
I like that it says it is a fact.
It is a fact.
The other stuff we've read, not fact.
But this one, fact. All right. The doctor's confession video.
Oh, yeah, this is the video.
A video.
Look at the freaking
terrifying
the zombie in the background. Jesus.
Hate to see it. A video recorded by the doctor. He talks about his homunculus research. 14 hours have passed since Project Homunculus began. I'll get straight to the point. Project Homunculus is a failure. Something unexpected occurred in our efforts to find suitable DNA. Although we successfully created homunculi, the results have been dubbed defective. At the end of the recording, he's shown being killed by an out-of-control defective homunculus. So this was 3 years ago.
This
About
was
a little over 3 years ago.
It was, yeah.
It was pre-blank week mystery.
Right, well, because they said 3 years ago Project Homunculus began.
Yes.
So 3 years ago, Project Homunculus starts 14 hours after
Later.
it starts this video.
Yeah. Defective homunculus.
Hey, guy.
To summarize all information gathered so far, defective homunculi have two flaws. One is an extreme decrease in intelligence that occurs when they are revived. They may be immortal, but returning from death transforms them into monsters that seek human flesh. In other words, they turn to zombies. The other flaw is sunlight. When defective homunculi encounter sunlight, an allergic reaction to ultraviolet rays causes them to become extremely stressed and lose control. They return to normal as soon as they are out of the sun, but while they're berserk, they lose all reason and memories. If left in this berserk state, they eventually die and return as zombies. So seemingly, we found the weather machine, which may come up in these, and that was an attempt to manufacture weather conditions that avoid sunlight because there are homunculi running around and we don't want them to actually turn into zombies.
Potentially.
Homunculus experiment report
Also,
memo.
wait, go back for a second.
Yes.
What would you do if I told you that this man right here was on my Hear Me Out cake?
As he is in this photo?
Sure.
I mean, it's not the worst Hear Me Out I've heard.
To be clear, he's not.
But I could
But
see
I was just
it.
curious. I was just curious how you would react if you were.
The voice is a little
The
off-putting.
voice is not great.
The voice is not great, but maybe if it was a quiet affair, you know, he could probably clean up nice. He's just not.
If he ever did anything with those eyebrows.
Yeah. The eyebrows need to be treated.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I need to be especially clear again for our audience at home. Not on my Hear Me Out cake.
Is.
Absolutely not on my Hear Me Out cake.
I feel like we got to work on the under and around eye circles.
Yeah, those aren't good. Those are pretty bad.
Those aren't good.
I mean, to be fair, from everything we know about this man, I think the last time he slept was probably never. So
I think you mean what we know about this homunculus.
Hey.
At that point, he might not be, but I feel like he eventually is.
So you think that the one that we interacted with
Was a homunculus.
was?
I do. Homunculus experiment report memo. Fubuki's report, RIP, says the following. Homunculus experiment report. My apologies. I do not understand what is on the computer screen, so I will copy it down word for word. 3 years ago, the Unified Government's research facility successfully created the first homunculus. Interesting, because I think we determined that 3 years ago, Amaterasu's research facility created a homunculus as well, because Huesca is associated with Amaterasu.
Yes, I believe this is... So before I said that they kind of blur together, I think this is referring to something different than Project Homunculus.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly what this is talking about.
Okay.
I think this is referring to like Project Homunculus was Amaterasu, and now they're saying that coincidentally also 3 years ago, UG did this.
The secret to their success was the DNA used as the core for their artificial cells. Their focus was on individual differences in DNA, and so they experimented with various peoples. They found success in one person's DNA, someone believed to have the world's greatest mind. But because of that superior mind, the completed homunculus was able to reflect on its condition. As a result, it realized it was a homunculus and escaped the research facility. Currently, that specimen is still missing.
Correct.
Hear me out. Makoto?
Makoto?
It could be Makoto.
Makoto Naegi.
Because Makoto, around 3 years ago, seemingly sweeps in, takes over Amaterasu, negotiates peace.
With the UG.
Comes to power. And Makoto was the one interacting with the weather machine, right?
Yeah, well, so we at the end, like right before we came into the Mystery Labyrinth, we found the weather machine and we turned it off, which made the clouds all go away and sunlight came out. and the zombies were all freaking out, and it was just showing craziness. Kurumi passed out next. She was like, I'm not feeling so good, and passed out. And then Makoto appeared and was like, you should probably turn that on before something bad happens.
Right.
And we were like, okay. And so then he turned the machine back on.
Right. My guess for the superior mind is Makoto.
Okay. So here, the difference between here is this one is talking about a successful homunculi creation.
Yes.
The Amaterasu one were specifically defective homunculi.
Yes. Yes, I think he's success, and I think Kurumi is also a homunculus.
Ooh.
Because she passed out.
Because she passed out.
All right. Blood tests. Blood test for all residents. A few years ago, a blood test was conducted on all Kanai Ward residents. The peacekeepers ordered it, and no one could refuse. The peacekeepers claimed it was a test for a contagious disease. Kurumi's grandfather did not take the blood test. In the midst of the blank week mystery that occurred soon after, he and all others who did not take the test went missing. So clearly the blood test was to figure out who's a homunculus and who's not, because that's the only notable difference between successfully created homunculi and normal people is from testing their blood.
You mean defective homunculi?
The only difference between
the defective homunculi are the one that have the two flaws. Sunlight, or sorry, it's sunlight is one of the flaws. The other is that they need to eat flesh. Was that the other?
It was sunlight and it decreased in intelligence.
Decrease in intelligence. But I believe, I think they said that specifically the blood was for defective homunculi. I might be misremembering, but is it also under defective? Oh no, yeah, it's this one, I think. Oh, they just say homunculus generally. Okay.
But I will say another contender in the running for, well, probably not, but Kurumi's grandfather not taking the test. Seemingly there would be no incentive for normal people to not take the blood test, right? Because it's going to come back normal. But if the world's greatest mind is self-aware that he is a homunculus, he would then not want to take a blood test because it would reveal that he's a homunculus.
That is true.
So Kurumi's grandfather, the fact that there are others that didn't take the test makes me think perhaps he's not an individually isolated person, but he is also the only named person. So perhaps he is the world's greatest mind.
Potentially. Kurumi's grandfather also never mind.
Memo on corpse. A memo found in the pocket of a corpse in the factory refrigerator. It says the following. Where am I? Where am I being taken to? Everyone here is a dangerous criminal that deserves the death sentence. That ruthless killer, that vile kidnapper, everyone's crying as they pray to God. We'll be serving our sentences here together with no trial. Shit. If only we'd never been caught by the WDO. They lock us up in here like animals, those bastards. We were brought here by the WDO's number one. He's called the world's greatest mind, isn't he? Okay. So perhaps that is Kurumi's grandfather.
Okay.
Perhaps her grandfather happens to be number one. Why would the top detective do this? What is he thinking? How can this be allowed? Damn it, what will happen to us?
We do know that Kurumi's and this is what I was going to say before, but I think now it's fine. He was an informant, because she as an informant, she's like, I learned it from my grandfather.
Okay, so probably not. Number one is somewhat of a public figure, seemingly. So I feel like she would know if that was her grandfather.
Potentially.
Rain cloud generating device. A device located in the restricted area. It can artificially generate rain clouds. This is the cause of the rain in Kanai Ward. So that's all my solution keys.
All right.
So I feel prepared, but I don't really have much of a theory.
So what's your just overall? We've talked through a bunch of it. I guess the one thing that I will kind of pull it back to is because we've talked through a bunch of just the little pieces, but as far as a theory goes, what do you think is the answer, the truth behind the blank week mystery? What is your kind of best deduction for that? I think that's probably that's probably one of the only like discrete things that we could be like, what do you think happened with this?
I mean, it could be that everyone who was in Kanai Ward at the time were homunculi and they were like shut off with like weather or something purposefully. But I don't know why someone would do that.
Right.
I guess that's my going theory.
And we also know, if you go to the blank week mystery again, in addition to everyone losing time, it was also like, everything was all destroyed when they all woke up.
Right. But it doesn't say that like people were missing or anything.
It doesn't, other than like what later on when it says like Kurumi's grandfather and the other people that didn't take the blood test.
So it could be everyone who was there was a homunculus. They created optimal weather conditions to knock everyone out, and then they killed all of the people. But then that would mean the non-homunculus people. But that would mean that the only ones who didn't take the blood test were non-homunculus people, which seems like those would be the ones least incentivized to avoid a blood test.
You would think it would be the other way around,
Right.
if anything.
Right. So I guess that's my theory, but I see some holes in it.
Okay.
All right.
Intriguing.
Shall we?
Let's do it. Let's go. Ooh. This is
New.
not a mystery labyrinth.
This is just our city.
Kanai Ward.
The mystery this time seems to be deeply related to Kanai Ward itself. Just like you said, Master, if we keep going, we should be able to expose Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what is
Emphasis on
Kanai
the
Ward's
should.
ultimate secret?
Fit for the final mystery.
Speaking of,
It's a fake world.
why do you think this is the
It's a
last
fake
mystery
world?
lab?
We're all homunculi.
It's all
Well, maybe not
simulation?
us because we're like a
Just feels like
transplant.
that. I think I needed your powers in order to expose Kanai Ward's ultimate secret in the first place. I've got a feeling that when we solve this mystery, our pact will come to an end.
It's a weird feeling.
Am I wrong?
You know I can't reveal anything about our pact. Regardless, if I train you to be a great detective, there'll come a day you won't need me anymore.
But there's still a ways to go before I can call myself a true detective.
True.
At the very least, I have to eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone.
That's a really
That's
tall
all.
order, my boy.
Is that all?
I think I've heard that before somewhere.
Don't you remember? You heard that from the person who left the strongest impression on you.
Oh, right, you're just a copycat.
I'm copying nobody. I'm just echoing what they said. I guess you could say they influenced me. If that was said by a detective you admire, it seems like a good idea to aim for the same goal.
All right.
Woo, woo, woo.
Anyway, here it comes. It's the mystery protecting Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Just need to solve it. Let's go, Shinigami!
Easy.
Easy money. What was the cause
of
of Amaterasu and Kanai Ward's development?
development?
The answer? Money. What was it that got the development started? I think the report you picked up in the factory says something.
Nice.
Looks like that was it.
was the only one that made any sense.
That is true.
So far, so good.
+1 for process of
There's no
elimination.
mistake that's the root cause of what's going on in this city.
a perfect run so
What's
far.
the mystery of the
Sure
homunculus
is.
research? Let's clear it up all at once, Master.
Once again, probably doesn't have to be this way. Why did the UG request the homunculus research? For military purposes, for medical technology, or for academic research?
It was for medical technology.
think
They are
we-
totally good people.
We already know it's military.
Say,
If they finish the homunculus research, they'd be able to make humans that can live forever, right?
Omnipresent soldiers. Omnipresent soldiers.
Well, immortal, less omnipresent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Omnipresent would be crazy.
Immortal soldiers.
The soldiers who see and know
wanted to
all.
create an immortal army and requested that Amaterasu conduct homunculus research.
basically, it was for military purposes.
Sure was. There's one thing you can trust a government for.
So what exactly are homunculi?
War.
War.
They're
It is war.
artificially made human beings.
Just to refresh.
Human DNA is extracted to use as a base to grow human cells. The age, gender, and looks are synthetically copied onto an artificial human.
What's the fun in copying people to begin with? That's something I'll never understand. Humans are such weird creatures.
Oh, humans.
Oop.
Whoa, oh no. Who is
Dang.
this? Who's this gonna be?
Is that a mystery phantom?
Oh.
But who's fancy
Yeah, we don't have
is
like a
it?
peacekeeper this time. that
Are we
we're
gonna have to
fighting
fight our
against.
friends?
Ooh. It's Desuhiko.
Hello?
It's me. Why?
Oh, terrifying. Horrible.
Mystery phantom is the
It's you, but gay.
materialization of someone who wants to conceal the truth. Master, you want to hide the truth?
Can't be.
Me? That's impossible.
Master, quick! Defeat Master right away!
Which one?
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah.
You can take yourself on.
Oh, gosh. This is what the inside of my brain looks like.
This? Mm-hmm. Right now?
I fight me.
Oh no.
Don't go any further. There's nothing up ahead.
Nope.
Let's give up and go home.
You have to do
Doesn't
double
exist.
slashes. Oh.
Homunculi are just a fantasy.
That one seems wrong.
What do you mean?
Wrong.
This is just a repel. I don't have to pick a key.
This is just a repel. Yeah.
All right.
I kind of feel like all those were pretty clearly
Don't go any
inaccurate, but
further.
I think I think the middle one was probably
There's
the
nothing
right
up
one.
ahead. Let's give up and go home. What I'm looking for doesn't exist.
Repel.
No, not that one. It was the
What?
middle one. The homunculi are just a fantasy.
Oh.
Good luck!
Yeah. Don't go any further. There's nothing up ahead.
Look at you with those dodges.
Let's give up and go home. What I'm looking for doesn't exist. Homunculi are just a fantasy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that, me.
It's not a fantasy. Homunculi do exist.
We've seen them.
No, homunculi don't exist.
We've seen
I
them.
was wrong. Completely
We literally
wrong.
saw all the people that we saw throughout this game die, not dead.
All right.
Homunculi don't exist.
Well,
Oh no. You were like, not enough. Have
Do
you ever
they
seen a homunculus?
really
Yes.
exist?
We have. They tried to kill
Truly
us.
being researched. But that research was cancelled.
that's probably it.
That research was a complete failure.
Or that.
They weren't able to succeed.
But we do know that the research was canceled.
Homunculi don't exist.
Yeah, that's true. But it wasn't a complete failure. They created some.
And they're right. Skip past it. Okay, so what's our key here?
Restricted area, nutrition source. Yeah, it's probably that.
Yeah.
Homunculi don't exist.
So complete failure.
Have you even seen a homunculus?
I wish we could rebut this one because, like, we have.
They exist. It's true it was being researched.
Homunculi literally tried to kill us.
Research was canceled. That research was a complete failure. This is the truth.
Bozo.
Idiot.
No, 3 years ago, the UG successfully manufactured a homunculus. The report Fubuki left me clearly said so.
Get out of here. I got places to be.
We gotta go. Okay.
That really was me. Why would I be a mystery phantom?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick that's gonna have some Danganronpa V3 spoilers.
Love it.
So if you don't want to hear those, just turn off your sound or whatever until you see us click past this. So out of all of the Danganronpa, out of all the like Danganronpa protagonists and everything, right? So we got Makoto, we got Hajime, we got Shuichi, we got Yuma. Who is your favorite? Like, what would your ranking be?
Hajime,
Number 1.
Shuichi, Makoto, Yuma. And I do like Yuma. I like all of them.
Interesting.
But Hajime has some dark twistiness and some twists and turns about him, which
Sure
I enjoy.
does. You said Shuichi or Makoto is second?
Shuichi.
Okay.
That I don't have a good reason for. He's just a vibe. I just liked him.
I mean, Shuichi, I think, has a lot more character development than any of the other 3 options.
I agree.
He grows a lot throughout, and a lot of the game is driven by his like failings and him trying to grow past them and forming the whole like bond with Kaito and and Maki and everything and their whole trio.
And then I think Makoto and Yuma are pretty equitable in my mind.
Yeah.
I think I let Makoto edge forward a little because he kind of keeps coming back, it feels like.
He's just so normal.
So normal, and there's something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Yuma, although I do really enjoy him as a protagonist, he's largely like a little one note. I wouldn't call him particularly dynamic. Like he's just kind of like, it's always truth, and that's kind of where he stays, which there's something admirable about that, but it's also not
it's not as
dynamic.
Yeah, it's not as dynamic for sure.
Right. What would your ranking be?
Mine would be very similar. I think I might switch Hajime and Shuichi. But other than that, I think it's the same.
Yeah. They're all good though.
They are all good.
There's no point thinking about these
We're
things
back.
if you have no clues. Let's keep going.
Heard that. Candoozle.
We gotta go.
The unified government must have really wanted to make that homunculus. They tasked Amaterasu to make it, but set up their own research facilities as well.
They tried to accelerate the research by having these 2 facilities compete with each other.
Capitalism.
The unified government was first to have their experiments succeed.
That's just the free market.
That was the only successful experiment.
Trickle down economics.
Those are some terrible odds.
What I want to know is the identity of that homunculus they were able to create. According to the report Fubuki left behind,
They find success in one person's DNA. Someone believed to have the world's greatest mind.
Yes, we have heard this.
Sad to say that over her bones.
Over her dead body.
Greatest mind.
Oh, is it us again?
Again?
It's us again. We're flying now.
Dumbest looking mystery phantom.
Yeah.
Oh,
He looks dumb?
Leave
what are
me
you
be- oh,
doing? What?
After him! Chase that clone with Master's dumb face!
This time you directly said I was dumb.
Actually, she just said you have a dumb face.
Ah, jeez.
Oh no. I guess we don't have to do much chasing.
Clock
Kinda
tower.
came to
It's
us.
blocking the path.
Just solve the mystery like you always do! You got this!
Who is the person with the world's greatest mind?
Wow, we're getting this question early.
You're getting it early. I wonder who that was about. I'm totally drawing blanks.
All right, guess we're gonna find out. Interesting.
Blood.
I mean, this was my first guess.
Makotio.
Seemingly, okay. So it's not going to be this. It's one of these three. It could be the doctor. Because it was UG that did it, right?
Yes.
And he's associated with Amaterasu, but it still could be.
I will just say, the fact that this is coming up so early, that is relevant here. They're not necessarily asking you to name a person with this.
Oh. Interesting. I mean, oh, it's this. It's number one.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Hello,
True
me.
Identity of the world's greatest mind was
Yeah, I
written
just-
on the memo left by the dead criminal in the refrigerator.
I figured since I knew that you knew that piece of it,
Yeah.
and since you specifically ruled that one out, I didn't want you to have to waste
Yeah,
going
no,
through
that's
all
fair.
of the others before you got there.
I appreciate it. It did look like it was asking me to figure out the identity
Right.
and not refer to another alias for this person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the person known as number one of the World Detective Organization. He ran off again. What's going on? It's like he's trying to lead me somewhere. Shinigami?
Huh? It's nothing!
Shinny.
Anyway, let's go after him!
Shinigami.
Gami Shinny.
What if
Think. The only successful homunculus
Oh, never
was
mind.
based on the world's greatest mind.
I was gonna say, what if we are a homunculus of number one,
Ooh.
but we would be his
That's
same
true.
age and stuff,
Then
right?
there's something else bothering me about it.
Potentially.
Hey,
I don't know.
Master!
Also,
Unless-
do you see what the surroundings look like right now?
I was just thinking about how
Yeah.
we should keep
It's
our
the nail
focus on
man.
Kanai Ward's mysteries.
Yeah.
I
Creepy.
mean, the completed homunculus disappeared, right? So that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
Oh wait.
Can't say for certain it's unrelated.
Well, number one was that old man, right? You never saw him anywhere in
That-
Kanai Ward.
Does he look older than a fully grown adult? Because it's like you keep growing.
Told you that homunculus has nothing
Yeah,
to do with this
you do.
stuff. Besides, world's greatest mind. He got blown up with that building, right?
That's true. Though I feel like he went down too easily.
I could see it. I could see something working out in that direction. We look kind of similar.
Let's talk about Kanai Ward's
Where what?
ultimate secret.
I don't know how it would work out in terms of
Sure.
time, but I could see us being somehow related to him.
To number one?
Yeah,
To old man number one?
to old man number one.
Setting aside
For
how
some
the
reason-
research facility succeeded in their homunculus experiment.
The moment before we entered this place was giving me specifically Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls vibes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It's got that kind of edgy.
Yeah.
Problem is Kanai Ward. What happened to the research being done here?
Seems like that's the mystery we face.
What occurred at Kanai Ward in the name of scientific research? Is this the Blank Week mystery?
Is it?
By the way,
You talked to the Flatty about what happened 3 years ago, right? If you forgot, look over the solution keys.
3 years ago. Seems like it's the Blank Week mystery. Oh, okay. It's Project Homunculus.
You're like, I feel like with all these, you're like skipping to step 2.
I know. We don't know that was in the name of scientific research. It could have been
Under
just
the
an
UG's
incident, but
jurisdiction.
I thought
The
that was the
Blank
thing we
Week
were
mystery.
accomplishing.
Right.
Conducted an experiment 3 years ago. That was known as Project Homunculus.
wasn't Dr. Weska in charge of that? What was it all about anyway?
Let's review.
Homunculus, probably.
I don't know the exact details.
Ooh, we got more
Another
chairs
one?
and stuff.
That's what we have to figure out next.
What is that?
What was done in Kanai Ward for the sake of research?
What?
And that was
What done to
probably...
prepare for Project Homunculus.
Looks like that's where we're starting. Good luck, Master.
I assume that was the fact that it was sequestered.
By the way,
Well, remember, the isolation happened after the Blank Week mystery.
Oh.
That was when Makoto took over.
Oh, okay. So maybe this is the Blank Week mystery. Let's try it.
What do we got? Ooh,
No.
no.
I was wrong.
Too hasty by far.
Which solution key is the right one?
try
All
looking
right.
through the solution keys. I know you can do this, Master.
Yeah, I should have done that the first time.
Yeah.
I think Karumi told me about it.
It just would have been really cool if I was right.
This is a piece that I don't think you've actually thought about yet.
What was done?
Oh, I actually know you haven't thought about this yet.
What was done in Kanai Ward for the sake of research? Is it blood test? For the sake of research.
For the sake of research.
So it doesn't really make sense for it to be the unmanned factory.
Right.
And we know it's not the Blank Week mystery.
Correct.
This is the research. This is just a description of the research,
Yes.
not something done, quote unquote, for the sake of research. Fair to say?
And this also isn't saying, this isn't specific to Kanai Ward in any way.
Right. Cancellation of homunculus research, that happened after the Blank Week mystery and wasn't really for the sake of research. Blood test. So now I'm just trying to piece together. It seems like through process of elimination, it's blood test for all residents, but why would that be done for the sake of research unless they were trying to identify like who the smartest person is to create the ideal homunculus? Or that collects DNA to be able to create homunculi. Oh!
You've had the blood test kind of
Oh!
flipped around the whole time. You've been thinking about the
wait a
blood
minute.
test as an after.
Oh my god! So the Blank Week mystery is they killed everyone. And then they regenerated them all as homunculi, which is why. So everyone in the town is a homunculus. That's why they don't remember anything, because they just have the memories of when their blood was taken and what they had when their person died, right? And then the reason why people who didn't consent to the blood test disappeared is because they couldn't be regenerated.
Ooh.
Yeah, that definitely feels right.
Seems like you're figuring stuff out.
So everyone's a homunculus.
The blood test was really like, that was the missing link where you were like just looking at it in slightly the wrong
Yeah.
way when we were going through the
No,
solution
that makes
keys.
sense. That's exactly what the Blank Week mystery is.
Something else also happened in Kanai Ward 3 years ago. at the same time as Project Homunculus. All the residents were forced to take a blood test.
Maybe those mandatory blood tests had something to do with Project Homunculus?
It's true both took place 3 years ago, so I doubt they're unrelated. Which means the blood test wasn't checking for some contagious disease among the residents.
No.
Which I knew. I just thought it was to determine whether someone was a homunculus, not to generate an additional town full of homunculi.
Yeah.
They were extracting DNA from everyone to see who was suitable for homunculus research.
Not quite.
Wait, if that's the case, then Project Homunculus is...
Now there's a flood? There are some stairs over there! Master, run!
Right!
This place seems familiar.
Yeah, it looks like...
Yeah, the
Delia's
other place
district.
that flooded.
I wonder if we have to go through here.
Seems that way. Okay then,
I will say you are getting closer. There are still a couple of small details that you're
Missing.
still working through.
Yeah. So all our friends didn't die. They were just homunculi to begin with. They could just be regenerated.
Well, but our friends aren't from Kanai Ward.
Oh, that's true. I still don't think they all died.
It's gonna be real tough when we reveal that they've been dead this whole time.
Yeah.
I discovered something about Project Homunculus.
What'd you discover, Yuma?
What's wrong?
Well, if it's what I think it is, then horrible things were done for this research.
For sure, a mass killing.
It's pretty horrible here too! Master,
What was created from Project Homunculus?
This must be it!
Ooh.
I knew it.
It's hard to believe it, but...
But it's the truth.
Project Homunculus was an effort to create homunculi out of all the residents in Kanai Ward.
And
For sure.
that's why we came across everyone that has died throughout the course of this game.
Yeah.
In the restricted area.
Yeah.
all of them?
After Amaterasu was outdone by their rival, they started searching for suitable DNA in every possible way. And that's what the blood tests were for. They created homunculi out of every citizen in town. Even if a few failed, all they needed was one successful specimen. That was the purpose behind Project Homunculus.
So, what happened after that?
Well,
Oop. What happened as a result?
this must be it. In the end, Project Homunculus was a failure. And
And as a result...
the blank week mystery occurred.
But what precisely is the blank week mystery?
The defective
You asking me?
homunculi from the experiment were responsible for that event.
You're close, but you haven't exactly quite gotten it yet.
The defective homunculi from the experiment were responsible. Did everyone get eated? Did everyone get eated?
I'll get straight to the point. Project Homunculus is a failure. Something unexpected occurred in our efforts to find suitable DNA.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Although we successfully created homunculi, the results have been dubbed defective.
They got eated.
The event Kurumi mentioned, where the city was ruined while everyone slept. The destruction of the giant shutters of the lab where the experiment took place. All of that was caused when the defective homunculi attacked Kanai Ward.
They all got eated, and all the stuff got destroyed.
The
Yep.
entire city was destroyed by defective homunculi, and no one's ever said a thing about it?
Tough.
What is the blank week mystery anyway? How can a whole week pass in a single night?
Right. Those are the mysteries we need to unravel to get to the heart of the blank week. But I still haven't gathered my thoughts about it.
So
It
what's
just felt like a night because they all had memories from before.
Master,
All
Mr.
their-
Labyrinth is getting testy. You have to give an answer now.
all of their last memories were from that week before?
Yup.
Yep.
I know, but
Then I'll help you. Let's lay it all out together.
Ooh.
Oh God, not
Beach time.
this. Anything but this.
Anything but this. Okay, Hangman's Gambit instead.
No.
Would you take this or Hangman's Gambit, specifically the version from Danganronpa 2, where all the letters are flying across the screen and you have to like shoot them at each other?
I would take this.
That's the correct answer.
Okay. All of Kanai Ward's residents were eaten. Is it sleeping? I think it's sleeping. How do I throw?
I don't think there's an S.
Oh, okay. Just a guess.
I honestly don't actually remember what it is. I'm trying to figure it out. Because, like, there aren't letters for something like eaten. There aren't letters for something like killed. Or it's 7 letters, whatever. Or maybe not,
Or,
because the CH and ED, which are both probably in there, right? So we're
Killed,
probably looking for
yeah.
a 9-letter word.
But it doesn't start with CH.
Oh my god, the time's going to run
I
out.
know.
Just throw out some random stuff. Oh, shit. Yeah, just from the last checkpoint.
I'm using this time to think.
Yeah. Yeah, we can still see the letters.
Yeah.
It can't be like attacked. Were cloned. Were God, I really can't remember what this is.
It's not like unconscious. It's not killed. It's not eaten. Were
All of Kanai Ward's residents were blank during the blank week mystery. Were Oh, I know what it is. Okay. The CH is not used.
okay.
Let me count real quick.
Were
Yeah. I know what it is and the CH is not used.
Can you guide me?
It has less to do with like them being, it doesn't really have to do with them being killed necessarily. It kind of does in an indirect way, but not specifically.
It's not cloned. It's not.
No,
like,
but that's closer to the right, along the right lines.
Is it replaced?
Yeah.
Okay.
String. I think it's string.
Almost certainly string.
Almost certainly string.
I find these annoying because even if I know what happened, if you don't come up with like the exact word,
Yeah.
it's less about logic and more about figuring out the slang. Because like we can name multiple things
Right.
that make sense, you know?
That's always been the issue with Hangman's Gambit
Yeah.
mini games.
All right.
And then the one in Danganronpa 2 had the additional issue that it was a hard mini game on top
Yeah.
of just the figuring out the word bullshit. There we go.
Got it.
Got it.
Also, kind of dumb to double
The
up
2-letter
letters.
thing, I know. Like, it's fine to have them as 2 letters on the barrel, but they should take 2-letter spaces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Boom. Let's go.
We flood.
Look at all the flood. This is what happens when it rains nonstop for years.
Master. Awesome teamwork. Master?
Oh no.
He's upset.
We're
Oh
all swapped.
yeah, he's
During the blank week.
he's figured it out.
He's coming to terms with some stuff.
Wait, but who or what is
So
this
okay,
swapped?
so before we continue, you talk through with me the exact events as you believe they occurred.
For the blank week mystery,
Yeah, like around that whole situation.
blood test conducted.
Yep.
Homunculi created. Many defective. They start eating people. They go crazy. They destroy buildings. A lot of people die. Then they, I guess, figured out that sunlight was making this happen. Used the weather machine, calmed everyone down. Right? Is that how that works?
That's what seemed like happened when Makoto used the weather machine previously.
Calmed everyone down. People kind of come back.
So who are the defective homunculi that killed and ate all of the former residents of Kanai Ward?
The ones released by Amaterasu, right?
Where are they all now?
I assume they're the residents. Like, that's the friends and people we've been interacting with.
Yeah.
Are the ones that destroyed basically their original donors, their
Yep.
DNA donors. And then when they were calmed down, their memories existed up until the blood test was taken and then picked back up when they calmed down. So it's just a week missing.
Right.
The week where they were out of control and operating as defective homunculi and killing their own selves is missing. That's the blank week.
So that means
Kurumi.
there was an original Kurumi who was killed and eaten. There was an original Yako
Yep.
who was killed and eaten.
All of the people from this
all
town.
of the people that we've interacted with throughout this game.
Yeah. Are not the original versions of themselves. They are
Right.
homunculi clones.
Yep.
Hate to see it.
It's pretty tough.
Everyone in Kanai Ward.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's everyone.
Each resident was replaced by their homunculus. It happened during the blank week mystery.
For sure.
Yep.
Huh? Everyone? Come on, that couldn't have happened.
Yes, it's impossible.
It does seem ridiculous, doesn't it? And
It's
yet,
too ridiculous to think they all could be swapped with homunculi.
No, it makes sense.
That's nothing but a fantasy.
Nah.
Huh? Which is the real master?
Obviously, it's me. The blank week mystery has nothing to do with homunculi. Your deduction is wrong.
Let's fight about it.
Everything you say is wrong.
Master! Master's getting closer!
I just said I'm the real one.
All right, what we got? Oh, it's just a repel.
You're wrong.
just to repel.
We love a repel.
It couldn't have been swapped. Impossible. It's a fantasy you made up. All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it!
Ah. Trying to show off too much.
You say it's wrong!
What on earth am I supposed to repel from that? It's all just you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Everything you say is wrong.
It couldn't have been swapped.
This.
Probably that one.
That flame doesn't
There
hold
we
up.
go.
No! There's proof they switched! No, that's a lie! It's all made up!
All right. So let me see the keys.
Residents were swapped with homunculi?
I assume. Well, okay. Let me. I'm gonna start with this.
See what the statements are.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh, no.
impossible! Something else caused the blank loop. Everyone was drugged and knocked out! Every resident fell asleep.
Seems like it could be
So-
that.
Could be that.
Gap in their memories. That's why the memories connect across that week.
That's why the memories connect
That's
across that
impossible if they
week.
were swapped.
Oh, okay. So it's the fact the memories flow
If they
over.
were swapped, they'd be different beings.
There we go. Yeah, right there. What? Was that not it?
Wow.
Maybe that's why their memories connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that has to be like the point that we're going
Yeah.
Residents were swapped with homunculi?
for. I mean, I guess technically in a way they are different beings.
Something else caused the blank loop. Everyone was drugged and knocked out. Every resident fell asleep. So, there's a gap in their memories. That's why the memories connect across that week.
No. Maybe there's
Am I
another.
going insane?
There must be another one after that we haven't
Yeah.
gotten to yet.
Yeah.
It's probably like right after like they're separate beings.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
probably
Okay.
is like they're separate
Homunculi?
beings. There's no way they would share memories.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Something else caused the blank loop.
Remember, you can also press R2 every once in a while, and it'll give you like a shield.
Every resident fell asleep. So, there's a gap in their memories. That's why the memories connect across that week.
Yeah, so not this one.
That's impossible if they were swapped. If they were swapped, they'd be
Not
different
this one.
beings.
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever's right after this. I can feel it.
Their memories would be totally different
Yep.
too.
There we go.
Lame.
Oh.
I'm on record as knowing this point.
It that
Homunculus
like
retains all the memories their original had when her DNA was first extracted.
as much as I love every part of murder mystery games, and I love Ace Attorney games, and I love Danganronpa games, and I love this genre, the whole like figuring out exactly which statement you have to connect to like make the point that you already figured out.
Yeah,
It will just
the
eternally be a
frustrating part.
problem.
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
like I don't know how you solve it. I
Yeah.
don't know that there is a way to solve it.
No, it's just a quirk of the genre.
But it's just a part of the genre that will always be just like a little annoying.
C'est la vie.
It is what it is.
That's why the specimens created by the experiment also have memories from before the blood test. It explains how their memories are linked. No, your reasoning is obviously wrong.
Tell me more, mystery phantom.
Tell me
Yuma.
more. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Okay.
They can inherit memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the week no one remembers?
What about it?
If memories are kept after swapping, there wouldn't be a gap in their memories.
Oh, wouldn't there?
Wait, if memories are kept after swapping.
There wouldn't be a gap.
They return to normal as soon as they are out of the sun, but while they're berserk, they lose all reason and memories. I feel like it's maybe that.
Yeah. There is one thing that is a little plot holy about this. Mm-hmm. Which is theoretically wouldn't their memories stop at the moment of the blood test?
Yeah.
And it seems like from when we've talked to Kurumi about it, that isn't the case. That it's not like the second that she had the blood drawn, the next thing she remembers is waking up after the blank weakness, right?
Right.
But, oh well.
Yeah, okay. It's gotta be. It's either this or blood test.
I think
it's this.
Yeah, this one makes sense.
Okay.
But I can see why the blood test makes sense, kind of for the same reason I was just saying, but... Yeah, there
Okay,
you
cool.
go. You got it.
Defective homunculi go berserk in sunlight. They lose all sense of reason as well as their memories. The sunlight made them go wild as soon as they were born, wiping their memories during that time. There was sunlight shining through the lab. Maybe it was to test if the creatures had overcome that weakness. But the experiment failed.
In a previous experiment, a defective homunculus was exposed and died. Trying to adjust for it worked against us. Made them even more violent and...
They went berserk and attacked Kanai Ward.
I like that it puts asterisks instead of like dot dot dots or something, so it makes it look like he's just swearing.
Yeah, for sure.
When they eventually returned to their senses,
They were exposed to shit and died.
Blood test. An entire week had passed by then. But since none of them remembered what happened, the week felt like a single day to them.
That's what caused the blank week mystery?
For sure. Creepy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good talking to you.
What's with him? Why is he laughing?
Because he's really happy.
Gotta go.
Ooh, we're falling now.
I don't
We're breaking
believe
free.
it.
Soarin'.
I don't even
Flying.
homunculus?
Oh my god.
There's no mistake.
The jiggle physics.
City.
The
City
boob
of
physics.
homunculi.
Even the Flatty? And Fuzzhead too?
Even the Flatty and Fuzzhead
Even
too.
the Flatty and Fuzzhead too. Look
Can
at
that be the episode title? Even the Flatty and Fuzzhead too.
I don't think any
Might be too much of a
think they
spoiler,
caused by
but
homunculi either.
or even just like Flatty and Fuzzhead.
yeah.
They lost those memories when they emerged as homunculi and went wild.
original residents, the ones who first lived in Kanai Ward.
What happened to them?
They got eated.
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 Not eated.
They're gone.
They got eated
They
real
got
bad.
eated.
What do you mean, gone?
When the defective homunculi went berserk and attacked Kanai Ward, the original residents
Yeah.
died.
All of them.
And you know what's kind of fucked up? I'm certain that there must have been at least some original residents that managed to, like, keep
Hide.
themselves safe from the bodies.
Yeah.
Which means that they definitely were just, like, killed by the government when they came in.
For
and, like,
sure.
cleaned everything up.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're all dead?
That
Yup.
explains how the homunculi replaced their originals after they returned to their senses. By the time the homunculi regained consciousness, the originals were gone.
Yikes.
Very yikes.
With the
Big
exception
yikes.
of those like Kurumi's grandfather, who refused the blood test and vanished completely.
Well, no, he was still gone.
Yeah,
There just wasn't
was
another
gone.
one.
That's because those who didn't have their DNA extracted had no homunculus to replace them.
Yeah.
So if they were killed without a substitute in place, they were considered missing.
This is the tragedy that befell Kanai Ward 3 years ago. That's the truth behind the blank week mystery.
Tough.
It's a tough truth.
Tough pill to swallow. Oh, gosh.
Oh, shit.
Golly gee.
Not the buildings.
Dang.
Oh, like all them. Oh, bye. Goodbye. Oh, no.
You destroyed it.
Not again.
We're back.
You exposed the mystery behind the city.
What
You
what
are
of it?
an uninvited guest here. You're the enemy. But it's not over yet. You still haven't reached the truth behind this city.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
I won't let it happen. I will shelter the mystery of Kanai Ward.
Why do you think they designed Yuma to look like a 4-year-old?
I don't know. What is this?
Like I keep telling you. Swapping places is just in your head.
So you say?
You have no proof a switch even took place. There's zero evidence for that.
Is there?
The homunculi were destroyed after the experiment.
Were they?
At the hands of the researchers who saw failures. That's why it's impossible. Homunculi would have attacked the city. No one was killed by the homunculi.
Well, that's unfortunately it's a little too late, but it's this.
Yeah. We do definitively know at least
I tried.
at least one person was in fact killed by the homunculi.
All right. I can fast forward, right?
Hey, look at you.
Well,
Just take it on the chin. What are you gonna do? Hit me?
It's impossible. Homunculi would have attacked the city. No one was killed by the homunculi.
Nice.
woo!
Nicely done.
Dr. Wesker left a video journal discussing the conclusions of Project Homunculus.
We've literally seen someone get killed.
We
Showed
witnessed
the doctor
it.
dying at the hands of a defective homunculus who went out of control. But we met the doctor at Amaterasu's lab, even though he should have been dead already. The fact that we met him after he died proves he and the other citizens were all replaced by homunculi.
True.
Yeah, no, it does.
I see. So the doctor at the lab was also swapped out homunculus.
For sure.
That's why he didn't know about the results of the experiment. And also why he knew nothing about the blank week mystery.
He didn't even remember the terrible things he did.
He caused the city's greatest tragedy. But maybe what little conscience he had left urged him to leave evidence. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Refuse to give up.
We continue.
I feel like you're maybe about to give up, judging by the music stop.
Yeah.
I have to protect Kanai Ward.
Do you?
Why does the other master want to protect Kanai Ward so badly?
He's a homunculus. I think we're related to number 1.
You think we're related to number 1? That's your big prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah, locking it in.
I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
Are you locking in a particular way that we're related to number 1?
I don't know. I want to say it's us, but that doesn't seem possible.
You want to say what's us?
Like another version of us or something, like just time travel nonsense. I don't know. Maybe it's our grandfather.
Grandpa.
I don't know. It just feels. It feels like
That
it.
was Jonathan Coco Head.
No, I'm probably wrong, but there's something going on with number 1. There's something.
There's something.
Because also, yeah, why is our Phantom trying so hard to protect, like...
That is a good question.
I don't know. There's something going on.
There's something
Don't fully
weird is happening here.
understand Yet.
It's true, I don't.
You know nothing about Kanai Ward. What do you know about its darkness?
What do I know? Oh God.
A gun?
What is the reason for the unending rain in Kanai Ward?
Master, cut it to pieces!
I can't avoid it.
Oh. Well, I don't know why I put that. It's not the plant. It's to
You
subdue
don't fully
the...
understand it
Right.
yet.
I saw to
know
power
nothing
the...
about
Yeah,
Kanai
and you were
Ward.
like, oh, rain machine.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you know about its darkness?
All right. The rainy season.
Clearly, the rainy season. I love that we just pulled a gun on ourselves.
The rainy season. To power the Umbra Electric Power Plant. Yeah, it's that one. That's what I meant.
Oh God.
I just shot me.
You just...
The rain clouds covered Kanai Ward to block out sunlight, which homunculi are vulnerable to.
You just used we're gonna get into some nerdy D&D territory for a moment, as per our namesake. You just essentially used deflect missiles
Yeah.
to catch a bullet, and then spent a key point and threw it right back.
Yup, I'm a monk.
The
Not to
homunculi
brag.
stopped their attack thanks to the clouds covering the city.
You gonna shoot us again? Oh no, you're gonna run.
Oh no, yeah, he's just bolting.
Bye bye.
Don't let him get away! You've gotta finish this!
He's like, you just threw a bullet back at me. What the? I'm out of
not,
here.
Yeah. Gotta
The
regroup.
fuck?
Expose him for who he is.
Gotta go.
We're not done yet. The city's darkness goes even deeper.
Where do Kanai Ward's dead end up?
This is it. Wait.
Nope.
What
it's
did
not
you-
that I said church.
Oh no.
Church. What were the
We're not done
funeral
yet.
home?
The
Doesn't
city's
seem
darkness
right.
goes even deeper.
Rural village.
This is the answer.
Rural Village is referring to the abandoned
Oh.
area,
Okay.
the abandoned district.
Yeah, for sure.
The dead in Kanai Ward are transported to the abandoned village, a restricted area.
There
Whenever
is a
defective
fun little piece that
homunculus
we're about to
revives,
find,
its intelligence decreases,
which I don't
turning
think you've
into a
necessarily
zombie.
specifically put together yet.
The city would have been overrun with zombified homunculi if the bodies were left alone.
Right.
That's why the bodies have been getting sent to the abandoned village.
And what's the fun little
Always
piece
tried
here?
to get rid of the bodies as fast as possible. Did they know they'd turn into zombies?
What did they always say about the bodies? Why did they always have to get rid of them so quickly?
Because of the rain, is what they said.
The rain makes them rot. You got to
Yeah.
get rid of them quick.
Yeah, I did think of that when we were
Yeah,
going through the solution keys.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
like, it's not. It's actually zombie nonsense.
Right.
No, they were probably just following orders. They were told that bodies in this city rot quickly. The people of Kanai Ward, including the peacekeepers, didn't know that they're all homunculi. It must also be the reason why they were so strict about keeping this place isolated from the outside world.
For sure, because it's a zombie city.
Literally.
We've got you now. There's nowhere to run, Master.
Phantom Master.
I told you, that's not me. You think that's enough to defeat me?
Ooh, I'm excited.
You think that's enough to expose Kanai Ward's darkness?
There's one more main thing that you've yet to solve.
More.
Is it? I assume it's the connection amongst the people.
Well, sorry, I shouldn't say there's one more. There are a couple more, but there's one that we will shortly reach.
Far deeper than that.
Oh, we're having a good time here.
No.
What's that?
What is the source of nutrition? Yeah, meat buns. We knew this.
We knew this.
People buns.
People buns. And that's why everyone in Kanai Ward loves those meat buns so much.
Yup.
That's right. The people in Kanai Ward love their meat buns. You know what they're made of, don't you?
Peoples.
People buns.
The main source of nutrients for homunculi is human flesh. That's why everyone craved those meat buns so much. Warning. Homunculi are predisposed to eating human flesh in order to maintain the artificial organic synthesis in their cells.
What a warning.
What a warning.
Currently, there are no alternate sources of nutrition, and they grow sick if they do not consume human flesh.
That's like when on a thing of antidepressants, it's like, warning, side effects may include suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Well, wait a minute.
That's a primal
seems like a big
instinct
deal.
Homunculi can never defy. What are you? Mystery phantoms are supposed to prevent mysteries from being exposed. And yet, it's like you're guiding me to the truth.
You can't help it.
Can't help it.
It's not just the meat buns.
His laugh is so maniacal.
It really is.
Residents of Kanai Ward also have other characteristics. Of course, I'm sure you've already noticed them.
Lucian Dodge, who's the voice actor for Yuma, is doing good work
Yeah,
here.
putting in the work.
A bomb.
Trying to boom kill you, but you can defuse it by solving the mystery.
Of course.
Here we
You've
go.
seen it time and time again. You should already know this.
What should we already know, though?
They're
What could it
physical
be?
abnormalities. It's another part of Kanai Ward's darkness.
They're physical abnormalities?
Physical abnormalities.
Physical abnormalities?
Physical abnormalities?
Physical abnormalities.
Let's go, Master. We gotta join hands and defeat my other Master.
I'm not going to say anything until you get through this next part, because I just need this to be you.
My God. Kanai Ward's residents' blank blood is evidence of their physical. Is it pink? That was just a Danganronpa thing. I thought it was normal. Does it expand into the Danganronpa world? Are they homunculi too? At least I didn't fail it.
And now we get to the ultimate troll of this game.
It's rude. It's rude. You know we're all Danganronpa fans here. You know we all thought it was normal.
Kodaka absolutely knew who the target audience for this game was.
100%.
And he absolutely knew that there was one thing they would just overlook, no questions asked.
Just think it's part of the lore, as it was in your previous series.
Huh? Pink blood? Hey, everyone did have pink blood. I think I got too used to it.
She's the audience surrogate.
Now that I think about it, it's really abnormal.
Stop it! I hate him. Oh, whoops.
Blood being pink instead of red is obviously strange.
Stop!
Fuck you, Kodaka.
My God, Kodaka.
From the very beginning, I thought something was off. Since I first saw a corpse in the city.
You ready for all the signs?
11037.
Oh, God.
The color of the blood here.
Well, I didn't, Yuma. You know why? This is my first time dabbling in your world.
Is that a real corpse? It's not some mannequin, is it? This blood is real? How? Why? I figured it was due to Shinigami haunting me. Like it was somehow changing the way I see things.
I'm tired. I've been here too long. Why has my life gone in such a way?
What have I done wrong that has led me to this point?
Shinigami, you don't feel anything after seeing this body?
You're asking me how I feel about death? Well, let me tell ya, this is totally ordinary. I was just saying there was nothing odd about there being a corpse.
I think I said when we saw the first corpse, oh, there's that pink blood.
You did. I very specifically
Clocked
remember it.
it.
Yeah.
The color of human blood doesn't matter to me.
But why didn't the other master detectives mention anything about the color?
Why didn't
It
they?
wasn't mentioned at all while I was investigating crime scenes with Halara. Oh, right. Maybe.
The rain sure has changed things around here. Both the city and the people, too. Supposedly, there's something in the rain that messes with our bodies and the environment. But it's all hearsay.
Here's the thing.
I'm shooting daggers
Here's-
at V and the television.
Here's the thing. I absolutely can admit that the justification that they're doing here is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't even care because this troll is just so
This
like,
is the biggest
just legendary.
troll. Oh my God.
Kodaka really said, I know that like at least 80% of the people playing this game will have played all the Danganronpa games. And I can put this weird bullshit in here that would make anyone else think twice, but not these assholes who have seen 4 games worth and an anime worth of pink blood.
I got. I got.
It could be because Chief Yako said the rain affects things. In fact, maybe it wasn't just the master detectives. Chief Yako and the other people in town. Maybe they all believed it too.
Seems like
For
it.
example, they could have said there were some chemical properties in the rain that causes blood to change color. In that case, people wouldn't find it strange that their blood was pink.
Yes, homunculi have pink blood. Maybe they were made that way to differentiate them from their originals.
There are
so
some
mad.
other signs that I don't remember if they actually mention or if they're just things that I've like read online. So once we get through this scene, if they don't mention them, I'll share them.
Cool.
Now, you're finally seeing the big picture. I've been waiting for this!
Master's mystery phantom sure doesn't seem scared of these mysteries being solved. Anyway, we gotta beat him. Otherwise, you'll get caught in its destruction.
Fine. Let's end this.
Let's end it.
Time to expose the truth of Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Expose the truth.
It's over!
Is it?
You? You think you can do it?
Do you?
He seems to not.
It's time already.
Huh. What?
It's comic book time.
What? We didn't even have God Shinigami.
And we will go ahead and construct the comic book in the deduction denouement next time. Yeah, so we'll just sit here for a moment. So specifically some of the other signs, which I'll share with the class. In the mystery labyrinth, whenever Shinigami cut Yuma's throat and the blood would make the words on the wall, What color was that blood?
It was red.
It was red.
Yeah.
And in chapter 0, there was a whole thing about how Yuma, when he was opening the door to the, because he smashed in the window with the fire hydrant.
Yeah.
And then he was opening that door, he cut his finger and got blood on the lock.
It was red.
It was red blood.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, at least we're not a homunculus.
At least we're not a homunculus.
That's good. There's at least that, I guess.
There's at least that. So,
All right.
yeah. I think there might be some others, but there's I think Desahiko also mentions something, because Desahiko is like specifically not a murder detective. Mm-hmm. He like does like burglaries and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when he sees a body, the first body, he says something like,
pink blood?
yeah. No, he just says something like, "Oh my God, it's horrible. Is it always like this? I didn't think it was gonna be like this," or something like that. But yeah, it's
intriguing.
They got everyone with that. Trolls. But anyway, thank you all for joining us for the first part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
Cannot wait to continue with you all.
We will be picking up next time with this, constructing this book and seeing where things go from here.
I have to think there'll be some twists and turns still ahead.
Some twists and turns to remain.
All right.
Anyway, till next time.
You know where to find us.
See y'all then.
Bye.
Bye.